Welcome everyone to Object-Oriented Programming. This is going to be the first video in a series where I teach you how object-oriented programming works. So let's get started. What is object-oriented programming? To put it simply, it's an essential programming paradigm or programming style that is used everywhere. It represents things as objects with features and information on each object. And it also describes the interaction between objects and what relationships they have with each other. For example, let's say we have a bank. Every bank would have customers, and customers have accounts at that bank. Each of these is an object. Let's zoom in on the bank object. Every object has fields. This is information about the object. In the case of a bank, it's the name of the bank, list of customers, and list of accounts. And objects could also have methods. In the case of a bank, it would be creating accounts, adding customers, or recording deposits and withdrawals. A customer is its own object with its own fields and methods. Similarly, an account would also be its own object. Now that you understand what an object is, you have to understand what a class is. A class is a template. It tells us what attributes and methods an object will have. An object is an instance of a class, meaning the template has been filled out, and it is now referring to a specific object. For example, let's take a class called YouTube channel. The fields could be the name and the number of subscribers, and the methods could be publishing a video or deleting a video based on the video name given. An object of the YouTube class channel could be this channel, the Lightbulb Lectures. I've filled out the name and the number of subscribers, making it an object. It is an instance of the YouTube channel class. Now that we've covered what objects and classes are, let's move on to how to code them. Moving forward, we'll be using Java because it's an object-oriented language, meaning most of its code is made for object-oriented programming. It's commonly used anywhere object-oriented programming is required. Next, you need a way to write the code. You could use VS Code, IntelliJ, or Eclipse. As long as you can write and run Java code in any editor of your choice, you will be able to follow along with the tutorial. First, create a practice folder. This is where you'll be putting in two files. The files will be called main.java and dog.java. Let's focus on dog.java. Here, we first write public class dog. This is basically telling Java that this is our class. It is our template. Next, we put in the fields, or the variables about the dog's information, such as name, breed, and age. And we also have this constructor. The constructor will let us create the object of the class in the main method later. In order to complete the constructor, we have to use the this keyword to assign the parameters to their respective fields, like so. Finally, let's put in a function called bark that will print bark whenever it is called. This will be our dog class for now. So now that that's done, we need a way to use it in the main file. So go to main.java. Here we have public class main. Make the main method. And this is how we create an object. The type is dog. We'll give it a variable name like dog1 and set it equal to new dog. The age will be 9, the name will be dash, and the breed will be a Maltese. If we were to call bark on dog1, it will output bark to the console. This is how we can make objects and use them in a main file. So now you understand how to interact with objects from the main file. Congratulations, you now know the very basics of object-oriented programming in Java. Just to recap, we learned what object-oriented programming is, how it can be used in real life with the bank example, the difference between classes and objects, classes being templates and objects being the specific instances of those classes with the templates being filled out, as well as how to make an object in Java. Thank you for watching, and as always, your feedback is greatly appreciated.